welcome back to my channel. My name is Lali. If you're new to this channel, if you have been following me, you are aware that in this channel I do make videos about nursing. I've been trying to make videos about nursing every Saturday, so I go over like NCLEX issues or questions and just nursing in general. Lately, since it's Christmas time, I was doing Vlogmas for a little bit, and I haven't been like doing my schedule very well, so I haven't been doing my Wednesdays and Saturdays like I usually do. But starting in January, I will go back to my normal schedule. If any of that interests you, you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, enough of that. So today I want to talk about some of the things that we can do to answer NCLEX questions. All right, and I will be using my Kaplan book or Kaplan. So I'll be using this book. Like I said on some of my videos, this book is great. I loved it. I used it when I passed my NCLEX, and I think it's very helpful in studying for the NCLEX. So some of these strategies that I be going over, or actually all of these strategies that I'll be going over, will be from this book, okay? And I went over a couple of like techniques or things that we can do last time. And today I'll be going over a couple more from this page that is in the Kaplan or Kaplan book. All right. So the first thing I want to go over is questions. So when we answer questions or NCLEX questions, how can we answer them? Or what is the best way to answer these questions? You know, it's not just like answering any question like the ones we used to get in nursing school. These questions are not the same. They're totally different, and we need to know how to answer them. Okay, so one of the techniques they kind of like go over in this book is the first thing they want us to do is to read the STAM one time. The reason why they say to read it only one time is because sometimes we start reading it and reading it and reading it. We just keep going, and then we just change the whole question because we don't really like, we want to see more than what the question is actually asking. So we start like going beyond and beyond on the question. So if the question is talking about, I don't know, medication or giving medication, and it's like straight to the point. No, we want to know what happened 3 hours before, or what's going to happen 3 hours after we give the medication. No, we are focusing on the question, what is happening at that moment, not what happened before. We don't have to start like, but what if? If you start telling yourself what if, then you're going the wrong path. Come back and get back to the question. So that's why they want you to only ask or read the STAM once. I mean, to tell you the truth, I did sometimes will go back and kind of like reread it. Like you guys can tell, English is not my first language. English is my second language. And sometimes it's hard to actually understand certain questions or certain things or certain words to, you know, quickly understand them. So sometimes I do reread them. But if you are able to understand the question and you read it once and you understood everything it said, that's it. You got it. You're done. So then you go into step 2. Then we read the answer choices for clues to the topic. So once you've read the question and you know what the question is asking, or what's the topic of the question, is the question about delegation, or is the question about I don't know, Maslow, or what's the question really asking about the nursing process? So once we know the topic of the question, we are going to read the choices. We'll read all of them, all the choices, and then we're going to look for clues, okay, to see if there's anything that gives you any clue in regards of what the correct answer is. The third thing we're going to do is reword the question using clues from answer choices. So you are going to reword the question. And this is something I actually did with all of my questions when I was taking my NCLEX. I would read the question and I would always reword the question. I would always make the actual question that it's asking. Like I always say, in these NCLEX questions, they have a whole bunch of like words and this and that, and it could be a full paragraph, the question, but the actual question might be 5 words or 6 words. Like it's not even, we are looking for what exactly is this question asking me to do, or what do they actually want me to know. So then you reword the questions based on those clues that you found in the answers. And I'm going to see if I can find anything in the book, and I'll just post it so you guys can see it here and now. But yeah, this was very helpful. This helped me so much. And I literally reworded all my questions when I took my NCLEX exam, like all of them. I would reword it, and I went through this exact little technique that they have here with Kaplan, the Prep Plus book. All right, so that's one of the things I wanted to go over with you. The second thing is answers, to answer questions. So this is like little tricks that they give you in this book. And if you buy the book, it will be in detail. Like I'm just kind of like going over it quickly so you could kind of like have an idea. But in the book, they would go over it in details, and they'll give you plenty of examples as well. So it's very helpful. So for answering questions, so this is just like some techniques that you can do. The first thing you want to do is read the stem. We all know that we are going to read the stem. Secondly, we're going to identify the topic. So that's the same thing kind of like I went over. Then once you identify the topic, read the answer choices. We are going to read them all. And then the fourth thing we're going to do when we are actually answering the question is to identify the nursing concept containing in answer choices. And that would lead you to the correct answer. So these are, like I said, these are just some techniques that you can use when you are taking your NCLEX RN. And the last thing for today that I kind of like wanted to go over is one of the other techniques to answering critical thinking questions is this one is in regards to real world. Okay, it's important that we don't always think about the NCLEX questions and we don't always connect it to the real world, NCLEX world. Okay, so always think NCLEX world. Don't think about real world. Don't think about, oh, but I do it this way, or oh, I remember seeing it, getting it done this way or that way. No, this is the NCLEX. We are doing things by the NCLEX world. Okay, so always keep that in mind. So one of the techniques they have here in this book is the first thing to do to correctly answer the question. It will be, don't use real world experience to answer NCLEX RN questions. Nope. Okay, we are not using real world. Like I said, it's NCLEX world, not real world. Second thing will be, you have the time, the staff, and the equipment. Okay, always remember that you have the staff, you have enough of everything. We're not running low. There are gloves everywhere. There are masks everywhere. We are not running low. Okay, this is not real world. All right, so when you're answering these questions, don't think about, oh, but there's a shortage of this right now. There's no shortage in the NCLEX world. We have everything. We have it all. We are fully staffed, guys. Okay, we are not short staffed. We are always fully staffed. Okay, in the NCLEX world. So think about it like that. Don't think, wait, but what if there's only one? Oh, wait, I have to take care of them by myself. No, you're fully staffed, girl. You have everything you need. So always think about it that way, okay? NCLEX world, not real world, okay? All right, and also we have to take care of the client first, okay? When you're answering the question, always take care of the client first. The patients are always first. The client's always first. So the choice that you will choose when you're answering a question, you always make sure that you're focusing on the patient. You're not focusing on the nurse. You're not focusing on the patient next door. You're not focusing on the patient's family. You're focusing on the patient first, okay? Or whatever's best for the patient. And the NCLEX RN exam tests the nurse's judgment. This exam wants to know if you have enough nursing judgment to be a new RN. Basically, this is what it's asking, or this is what it's testing, okay? So we have to always keep that in mind. We are getting tested on our nursing judgment. Are we going to answer the right way? We are new nurses. That's another thing we got to think about. In the NCLEX, when we're answering these questions, we are not going to do what an expert RN that's been an RN for years and years and years will be do in real life. That's not the right answer. We are not just going to do that. We are going to do what is safe for the patient, what you are able to do as a new RN, and we are going to do what's going to be the choice that will put our patients first. So whatever is focused in the patient, that's our answer. Whatever is going to help our patients, that's our answer. Not what we think will a RN that's been working for many, many years will do. That's not the right answer, because maybe an RN that's been working for many, many years will do something totally different that is in real world, but it's something that in NCLEX world will be doing. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind. All right, don't just try to be super nurses and superheroes. We are not that. We are in NCLEX world. All right, so keep that in mind when you're answering your NCLEX questions. And I think that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to throw these little tips and techniques that this book has. So if you want to know the more tips and details, you're welcome to get this book and check it out. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just give me some thumbs up. It's easy. Click and that's it. And if you like my content, please feel free to subscribe. All you have to do is click and that's it. And if you want to keep in touch, always click that notification bell so we could always get you could get a notification every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching for your NCLEX exam. I wish you luck. I know you will do it, okay? You will pass this exam, okay? So keep that in mind. I know you got this and you are an RN already. So thank you. Bye-bye.